Welcome back. We are here with none other than Mr. Robert Drain with the Delaware State University Alumni Association, and he is the Sussex County Chapter President. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your event here, Remembering Rosedale Beach.
Oh, 2 or 3 months ago, we were talking about different things we could conceivably do as a fundraiser, and someone suggested Rosedale. And so I started tossing around in my mind, and I said, well, we remember Rosedale. And what is unique about Rosedale is that it's an institution that started really in 1899 when it was then Harmon's Park. And it was largely a church-oriented location on the river, the Indian River, and it was a place where the individuals would go swim. They had the opportunity to crab, fish, and do different things, but it was largely a church-oriented organization. And then Noah Harmon, who was the owner, sold it to a Dale Street, and his name was Dale, his wife's name was Rose, and so that's how we get the name Rosedale. And they owned it for a period of time, and then in 1937 it was sold to Jesse Voss from Philadelphia. And that's the point at which it became Rosedale, and that's the point at which it was the entity where you had all of the top entertainers from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. For example, in 1944, Lionel Hampton was there, and you go through the gamut of Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Ella Fitzgerald, Fats Waller, all of the major artists were there. And largely the activities were conducted outside on a Sunday, but on Saturday nights they had a dance hall, and a lot of the activities on Saturday and Friday nights took place in the dance hall. And it was in Sussex County, which you have to consider in the context of the time, it was during segregation, and they did not have accommodations in terms of hotel accommodations for blacks during that time. But in 1937, when Jesse Voss became the owner, he built a 32-room hotel. So that during the 40s, 50s, and 60s, particularly the era of segregation, a lot of people would stop by for hotel accommodations. They would come for entertainment, but it simply became the hub of entertainment and cultural and social activities for blacks in Sussex County, roughly from the 1930s until the 1970s. And then ultimately in the 1970s, the clientele and the participation started to wane simply because of desegregation, and ultimately it was closed, and now it's a Gull Point. It's a condominium area. The hotel has been torn down. It was burned, subject to the fire department supervising the burning, of course, but now it's a condominium. But it was the hub of entertainment and social and cultural activities for Sussex County in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, really.
Right, and I really would like to know here, because we're just about out of time, it obviously has this rich history, but who will this be benefiting, and how can those at home help out with that?
Okay, it will benefit students living in Sussex County, attending high schools in Sussex County, and we will provide scholarships for them to go to Delaware State University. And we have been providing scholarships for the last, I guess, about 10 years or so.
Awesome.
But this is a fundraiser for that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Drain, for joining us. I appreciate it. And you all keep it right here. You're watching 47 ABC.
47 ABC News, Delmarva's trusted source.